My mother didn't scream when she took my office. She measured it. She stood in the doorway with a tape measure and said, "If we move your desk 6 inches that way, Noah can fit his production rack right here." Like I was temporary. Like my career was a folding chair she could tuck into storage. My twin brother didn't argue. He was already calculating wall space for LED panels. I said nothing, because in my family, the first person who protests becomes the villain. So I unplugged my monitors, and by the time they realized what they'd done, it was too late. My name is Elena Ross. I'm 34 years old. I work in forensic accounting for a private intelligence firm called Stratum Advisory. You've never heard of it, and that's intentional. I trace money that doesn't want to be found. Shell corporations, political kickbacks, corporate fraud buried 3 subsidiaries deep. My job requires 3 encrypted drives, biometric authentication, and a controlled environment. If my data is compromised, investigations collapse. For 8 months, I worked out of the upstairs den in my mother's house. Temporary, she said, just until you save more. It started reasonably enough. Housing prices were brutal. My rent had jumped 35% in a year. Moving home felt strategic. I'd pay reduced rent. She'd get stability. I'd save for a condo. Mutually beneficial. That illusion lasted exactly 3 weeks. First came the utilities. The power bill doubled after Noah started running production equipment all night. "You need strong internet for work anyway," my mother said when I upgraded the plan. I put it in my name. Then groceries, then streaming platforms, then accidental purchases through my stored cards. Noah wasn't malicious, not in the cinematic sense. He just believed his potential was more important than my paycheck. He called himself a producer. He had 412 followers and a logo. He also had access to my Amazon account. The night everything changed, I was mid-review on a client money laundering case involving a logistics company in Denver. My analysis window was split across dual 32-inch monitors. I had 3 encrypted folders open. My mother walked in without knocking. "Elena, we need the room." "I'm in the middle of a client review. It won't take long." Then she pushed the bookshelf aside. She didn't ask. She rearranged. Noah appeared behind her holding a microphone arm. "The acoustics are better in here," he said, like that settled it. "You can work downstairs. The basement is quiet." The basement. The same basement where the Wi-Fi dropped to 1 bar and the furnace sounded like a jet engine every 20 minutes. "I can't work down there," I said. My mother smiled patiently. "You're adaptable." Translation, "You'll deal with it." Noah added, "You just look at numbers. You don't need sunlight." That's when I understood. They didn't see my work as work. They saw it as background noise that happened to generate money. So I said, "Okay." And that terrified them more than any argument would have. I didn't move my setup to the basement. I moved it out of the house. At 1:14 a.m., I signed a lease for a studio downtown. It wasn't glamorous, brick walls, minimal light, secure building. But the lease had one line that mattered. Sole tenant, Elena Ross. Then I began the audit. Utilities in my name, transferred. Internet auto pay, removed. Credit cards saved to family accounts, deleted. 2-factor authentication, activated. Then I checked my credit report. That's where I found it. A $3,800 line of credit opened 4 months earlier through a music equipment retailer, authorized with my Social Security number, verified via a text code sent to my mother's phone. They hadn't just borrowed from me, they had built a studio on my identity. I didn't cry. I archived the evidence: screenshots, loan documents, time-stamped authorization logs. I worked in fraud detection. If I was going to handle this, I'd do it cleanly. The morning after I left, my phone detonated. Internet down, electric account pending, Adobe subscription expired. Noah's messages escalated from confusion to accusation in under 20 minutes. "You're sabotaging my career." I sent one message: "If your career requires my credit score, it's not a career." Then I blocked both numbers. That night, he went live on social media. Red eyes, emotional tone. "My own sister cut me off. Some people get money and forget family." The comments came fast. "Stay strong," "Family comes first," "Cold-hearted corporate robot." I watched for exactly 3 minutes. Then I posted one image, a cropped spreadsheet. Unauthorized loan, $3,800. Subscription charges, 18 months. Utility overages, itemized. Total personal subsidy, $26,470. Caption: "Silence protects abuse." Then I turned off my phone. The next day, I received a direct message from my mother's older cousin. "Your mom did this to her sister in 2002. I thought you knew." I didn't, which meant this wasn't chaos. It was pattern. I offered them 2 options. We met at a legal mediation office. Neutral space. Witness present. Option A, I file formal identity theft charges. Option B, structured repayment agreement and immediate removal of my name from any shared financial accounts. They accused me of being extreme. I slid the loan documents across the table. Noah went quiet when he saw the authorization record with his email attached. My mother cried. "I didn't know it was that much." You never want to know when it's convenient. They signed, not because they agreed morally, because leverage works. 3 weeks later, Noah attempted to access an old company laptop I'd left in storage. My firm's cybersecurity team flagged the intrusion attempt immediately. That was my final warning. I filed the fraud report, not vindictively, preventatively. Sometimes mercy teaches nothing. 6 months later, I sit in my own apartment. 3 monitors, encrypted network, 0 shared accounts. My credit score recovered. My stress levels dropped 60% according to my health tracker. Noah works at an actual logistics warehouse now. Night shift, steady pay. He hates it, but he paid the first 3 installments on the debt. My mother sends short, cautious texts. We speak occasionally. Boundaries documented. Trust not yet rebuilt. Maybe someday. Here's what I learned. Being the strong one in a family often means being the resource. If you never complain, people assume you don't feel the cost. If you always solve the problem, you become the infrastructure. And infrastructure isn't thanked, it's used until it fails. I didn't burn the house down. I stepped out from under it. And when the roof started leaking, they finally learned how to hold a hammer. That's not revenge, that's rebalancing. And for the first time in my adult life, my silence belongs to me.